Hi folks, HR Funk here with a fun video for the Independence Day holiday weekend, and today's video comes to you courtesy of Mr. Revolver Guy over at Day at the Range. And I've got to tell you, if you've never seen any of his videos, I wish everyone who produced firearms video content had Mr. Revolver Guy's attitude and enthusiasm. Now, he is another old Marine and he knows the value of positive mental attitude, and I've got to tell you, his attitude and his enthusiasm are infectious and they make his videos extremely entertaining to watch. So if you haven't seen any, go to Day at the Range and watch some of Mr. Revolver Guy's videos. Anyway, one of the things he does at Day at the Range is come up with what he calls rimfire challenges, and he puts these out at different times during the year, and they usually correspond with whatever holiday is coming up. He had a leprechaun challenge back around St. Patrick's Day. He had an Easter egg challenge back around Easter, and now of course we are in the Independence Day 2024 holiday weekend, and this is the Captain America challenge. And all you really need to do this is go to dayattherange.com, read the rules, and then print off a target, go out and shoot, and then you can post your results back at Day at the Range and see how you compared to everyone else who is shooting the same challenge. So I decided to do this after last week's video when Mr. Revolver Guy commented and asked me specifically to shoot this challenge, and I thought, sure, it looks like fun. Now, I'm going to be using my Ruger Precision Rimfire to shoot this video challenge, and the thing with these, they are all rimfire challenges. I don't think they are specifically 22 rimfires. I think any rimfire will do, but check dayattherange.com and make sure that whatever rimfire you're going to use is going to be acceptable. I'm not sure my Ruger Precision Rimfire is going to qualify for the competition because I heard Mr. Revolver Guy say something about only two-piece scope mounts were acceptable in the challenge, and I have a one-piece mount on my Ruger Precision Rimfire. But I don't care. I'm going to shoot it anyway just for fun. In fact, I actually shot it yesterday, so I'm going to show you the results today. And before we go to the range and see how everything went, I'm going to show you the scoring on one of the targets, and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm going to be trying to do at the range. Now, I was dealing with some serious wind yesterday when I was at the range, so I'll start to get my excuse out of the way at this part of the video. But here on July 1st in Ohio, it was unseasonably cool and I was dealing with quite a bit of wind. Now this is all relative because wind for precision 22 rimfire shooting doesn't take a whole lot of wind before it starts to show some wind drift. So I'll talk about that more when I'm out at the range, and I'll show you the results when we come back here, because after you see the shooting, we'll come back here and score the target, and I'll show you what my final results were for the Captain America challenge from Day at the Range. So here we go. So here is the target for the Captain America challenge. And as you can see, there are 20 bullseyes down here. There are 2 up here for sighters. You get 2 sighters, and then you fire 1 round on each target for record. And I'll bring this up here and change the focus so you can see the scoring. So to score the target after you're done firing, in order to get 5 points, the shot hole has to be completely inside the blue center of the target. So if it's outside of the blue center at all into the 4 ring, then it only gets 4 points, but if it's completely inside, it gets 5 points. Everything else gets the value of the ring that it's in. This first white circle is worth 4 points, the red circle around that is worth 3 points, the next white circle is 2 points, and the last red circle is 1 point. Anything completely off the bullseye gets 0 points. Other than the 5-point blue portion in the middle, if a shot hole breaks the line of the next higher score, it gets the next higher score value. So if you have one that's partially in the 3 but it breaks into the 4 ring, it gets 4 points. Same thing if it's partially in the 2 but it breaks into the 3, it gets 3 points. It always gets the next higher score, except for that shot in the very center, which has to be, as I said, completely inside the blue circle in order to get 5 points. So that's the scoring. Very simple. When you get done, you simply add up the score of all the different targets and total your score to see what you ended up with. The possible score is 100, as you see here, and you see what your score is in relation to that. Now, one quick thing. Mr. Revolver Guy has a lot of very nice, very accurate rimfire rifles. In fact, it makes me jealous when I watch him. He also has a rest that looks like it was designed by NASA that has all kinds of wheels and dials and one thing and another to get that rifle precisely aligned with the target. I'm an old school sniper, so basically I go out to the range and throw a concrete block on top of the shooting bench and a sandbag on top of that, and that's my rest. So we'll see how I do shooting the old school way on the Captain America challenge. Let's head out to the range and see how it all went. And when I'm done, we'll come back and score my target. All right, gang, here we go with 2 sighters. I'm going to try to hand load these without the use of a magazine. Let's see if this works. I think that one's in there. Let's see what the first sighter looks like. First sighter did not look very good. Let's try number 2. Getting a little bit of a left to right mirage down there. That might be what carried that one over to the right side of the target. Go down and start the shots for record. The sighters did not look that great, but I'll see if I can dial them in down here. And no, looks like I'm not dialing them in. This is going to be one of these days, folks. That looked a little more like it. A little low on that one. I saw the wind shift that time. As I started to squeeze the trigger, I was getting a left to right mirage, and then it shifted to a right to left mirage, so I actually held off just slightly to the right, and it looks like that worked out pretty well. At least it kept it in the 4 ring. So on we go to the next row. That looked like a better shot than that when it broke. Let's see what happens this time. Getting that right to left mirage again. And it looks like I held off a little too much to the right that time. Okay, that time I held dead on and still hit to the right, even though I'm getting a right to left mirage. So maybe I need to make a sight correction here. Let's go with that. Let's see if that improves things any. I'd say that improved things some. Okay, I think I have 2 shots left in this magazine. One more. And that one got away from me a little bit. So on we go to magazine number 2. By the way, the little blue bullseye, the very center of the bullseye down there, is probably just about the diameter of one of the tacks that I use for my tack shot. So trying to put a bullet on that little blue bullseye is the equivalent to a tack shot every time that I'm lining this up. So let's see what happens when we move on, now that I have the second magazine in here. Now I'm going out to the left. And I'm getting that right to left mirage. So, let's see if I can compensate for it. Not too bad. I held off just a little bit too much to the right that time. Can't see the mirage now, so I'm just going to try one right down the center. Still managed to keep it in the 4 ring, I think. Now the wind is starting to pick up here. It's about a quarter value left to right. See what happens on this next shot. It looks like I managed to keep it in the 4 ring. Little low on that one. That one made it down into the 3 ring. And the wind's calming down a little, so I'll try to get a shot off quickly here. And all of a sudden I'm hitting low. Maybe that was me. Maybe I got a little too heavy on the trigger that time. Last row, down at the bottom. That looked like a good one. Might be a 5. I'll have to wait till I get down there and can get a closer look at it. Wind's starting to pick up again. Oh, I think that made it out into the 2 ring. Don't know what happened on that one. I was watching the mirage pick up more and more, and I was trying to adjust my hold, and I think I adjusted it just a bit too far. Can't tell if that's a 4 or a 3 that time around. Last shot. See if I can finally put this one in that 5 blue center. I don't see that one. Might be 12 o'clock in the 3 ring, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go down range and take a look at the target. All right, so kind of a tough day out there dealing with that wind, but here's my target. Let's score it and see how I ended up. Shot number 1 is mostly in the 1 ring, but it did break into the 2, so I'm going to give that a value of 2. Shot number 2 appears to me to be completely inside the blue circle. So that one's going to be a 5. Next one is mostly in the 2. Actually, it's about half in the 2 and half in the 3. So that's a 3. This one is a 4. Moving to the next line, or the next row, I should say. I'll make sure I'm keeping it aligned with the camera, hopefully. And maybe I should set the focus on this just so you don't lose that while I'm working on it. Next up, we have another 3. Looks like the wind got me on that one. I probably caught a gust just about the time I squeezed the trigger. Here we have a 3. This one actually broke into the 3 ring, barely. And this one, I think that probably made it far enough out of the blue that we'll call that a 4. Down here, I believe the shot hole itself is all inside the blue. There's some smudge on the white, but the hole itself is in the blue, so I'm going to call that one a 5. This one, I think it caught enough of the 4 ring to call it a 4. That's a definite 2. And this one is a 4. Here we've got a 4, 4, 3, and a 3. Down here, that's all inside the blue, so that's a 5. That is a 2. This one just made it to a 4, and this one I think is a solid 3. All right, give me a minute to total these all up and I'll show you my final score. And there you go. When I did all the math, it came up to a 70 out of 100, so not exactly an impressive score, but then again, I'm not all that upset with it either. The same people taught me to shoot who taught Mr. Revolver Guy to shoot. They might have done a little bit better job when they taught him than they did when they taught me, or maybe I just wasn't as good of a student. In any case, there you go, Mr. Revolver Guy. That's the challenge. I hope I didn't do the Marine Corps too poorly in my demonstration of your course, or of your challenge rather. So there you go, folks. That's the Day at the Range Captain America Challenge. If you're looking for something fun to do this holiday weekend, go to Day at the Range, read the rules, print yourself off at Target. All you need is a rimfire rifle, a few rounds of ammunition, and if you want to take some friends and family with you, you can make it a family event, and it should be a whole lot of fun. In any case, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, as always, make sure you forward those to me. Remember, if you purchase anything from Optics Planet, be sure to use my discount code, which is... And if you use that discount code, it's good for 7% off your purchase from Optics Planet. And remember House of Pain. You can go to House of Pain Armament or House of Pain Munition and use my discount code there, which is HRFunk. And that'll save you some money off your purchase from House of Pain. And lastly, don't forget the Target sponsor. Go to Target's online, check out their inventory, and see if they have anything that's going to meet your Target needs. See you next time, folks. And until then, good shooting. Bye-bye.